Hello!
Hello! So we're going to make a little video showing you how to make quinoa.
Yeah.
Everybody has some that is stuck in
We
your
have
cupboard.
cucumber.
And we do. We have cucumber, apple.
Cucumber.
So quinoa, everybody has it stuck in the cupboard. This is a particularly tasteless version made with bulgur wheat. As you found, if you don't know what you're doing with it, it basically tastes like sawdust. So the key to quinoa is basically what you flavour it is, and what you cook it with gives its flavour. It's a little bit like couscous in that way. So what you need to do, get your ingredients. We need cold pressed apple juice. We need apple juice, yeah. We need
cucumber.
Chopped up apple,
And chopped
a lime,
cucumber.
chopped up onion, very
Chopped
finely chopped up.
And we need the
And remember, wash your hands before you start cooking. Okay, so first off you need to cook your quinoa. Give it a rinse. I've already done that with this one, so it's a bit fiddly. And then measure out according to whatever the instructions are. So we need half, with this we're using a full cup of quinoa, which will probably serve me and the kids. Just fill it up.
all of it.
All of it, yeah.
You need all of it in.
We've got just under a cup. Basically what you do is you put double the amount of water to what you, or liquid to what you need.
I'm gonna break this.
However, it's best not to add it all constantly because you might end up with just a big sloppy mess. So the best thing to do is add in same volume. So if you've got
too much in.
not too much, exactly. So when you've got the same, first off you need about the same volume. Just put that in.
The same. Daddy does.
And then start bringing it to the simmer.
Together.
We will simmer it on here. We're going to turn this on.
I love slime.
So that simmers. It needs to simmer for about 12 minutes. Then what you want to do is get another cup ready, because we've got 1 cup of quinoa to 2 cups of apple juice. So we just steadily bring that to the boil and then let it simmer. So we're going to put a lid on it as well.
I want to eat an apple.
While you're waiting for it to simmer, because it needs to simmer for about 12 minutes, chop up all your cucumber. So cucumber into small bits, apple into small bits as well. And
You need onion.
finely chop your onion. Somewhere between a quarter to a half will be enough normally. And then once it's ready, we'll show you how it's cooked. Yeah, once you boil it to the boil, just let it simmer.
I'm gonna go.
And just
I'm
add
going to
a little
go
bit
to
more
my tablet.
of the juice in. So you just add a little drop in at that point. And then what you want to do is use a fork to basically just move it around and break it up a little bit and just let it absorb the liquid. So you might not need the full 2 cups initially, so you just have to see how it goes as it goes through. And you'll see it start to absorb in. And just let that simmer now for approximately 12 minutes. So remember to keep checking as it's simmering how much water is being absorbed, how much liquid is being absorbed, and just keep adding a bit more as you go along. So you'll probably find about halfway through most of that water starts to disappear, because you want it to be nice and light and fluffy and not a big soggy mess. And then just use your fork to break it up, and you'll start to see it actually breaking up. So it should start to look a little bit like that. Once it's boiled, turn the heat off, break it up, and then just put the lid back on so it absorbs the rest of the water from the steam, and then just leave it until it cools. Okay. A little tip for chopping an onion finely, cut it down the centre that way around, so down the top from the stalk down to the stub. Then chop the little bit of stub off that you don't need, and then what you need to do is slice down your onion in that direction, so you're following downwards but leaving it so you've still got this top bit all still fastened. So as you slice down, you're creating lines down your onion. That keeps the onion together when you want to chop it for finely. So then turn it around, you've still got your onion, it's still whole but it's split. Okay, and it's easier to chop it finely then because all the bits just fall off. It won't just disappear into the middle of nowhere, and you end up nice finely chopped onion, and you'll end up with a bit at the end. And if you want to make use of that, you can then just turn it over and chop it the other way around. Spare that. And end up with lots of nice little chopped onion bits. Right then, once it's cooled, what you want to make sure it's at a temperature where it's not going to cook the apple and the cucumber when it goes in. Just give it another mix around with your fork, break up the pieces. Because it's got apple juice in it, it'll be a little bit sticky, but you want it to be sort of just broken up. And then what you're going to do is add your onion, get a good handful in. So you want about half, maybe a quarter of an onion, depending on how much flavour you like in it. And give it a good mix. Then just add your apple pieces. So again, just whatever amount that you want. So probably need about one small apple or about half a large apple, and then chuck in your cucumber again, probably about a quarter to a third of cucumber on a cucumber. We'll give it enough chopped up into bits. So you end up with a mixture that looks like that. Now if you want to put herbs and stuff in, you can, but obviously just experiment to your taste. Rosemary goes fairly well, some of the sweeter herbs. Some of the spicier ones like thyme don't go that well with this sweet one. And then what you want to do is get some salt. Salt, get a little couple of grains of salt and a pinch, whatever you like. And then squeeze half a lime in there. Again, just squeeze, put enough in for whatever your personal taste is. And we've got sweet and sour. Quinoa salad.